Sorry. So today we'll be reading HitLEr.exe, or to be more exact, it's more like HitLEr.exe because the L and E are capitalized and the rest is normal punctuation mark. Okay, let's get into reading then. So it says, NSW warning. This page not safe for work or school. Go back now! Exclamation mark times 6. Well, you'll have consequences! Exclamation mark times 8. 1. I'm a total Adolf Hitler fan, much like everyone else. I like the newer dictators, but I don't mind the classics. I don't think I've ever seen glitchy or hacked dictators before, though I don't know. I think I want to see any after the experience I had. ... It started on a nice summer afternoon. I was playing HitLEr Unleashed. I like how you get to explore Nazi Germany in it, until I noticed, out of my peripheral vision, that the mailman had arrived and put something in my mailbox as usual and left. I paused my game to go see what I got in the mail. ... The only thing in the mailbox as it's like they capitalized the M, I don't know why, was a CD case for computers and a note. I took it inside. I looked at the note first and realized it was for my dear friend Stalin. Let's just call him that. Yeah, that's whoever wrote this. Well, I mean, the narrator is clearly obsessed with dictators and what's so, but there's 2 Stalins, right? Whom I hadn't heard in I believe this number is 200 million seconds. I know that because I recognized his handwriting, though what was weird is how it smelled. It looked how the color blue tastes, badly written and scratchy and somewhat difficult to fap to. You fap to the color blue? What? Oh god. Honestly, people and their fetishes, I don't know, just keep your fetishes to yourself. Badly written and scratchy and somewhat difficult to fap to, as if Stalin was having a hard time writing it down whilst Gaddafi hits him on the head with a child and did it in a hurry. This is what he wrote. ... Oh. Tough. I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of this thing somehow before it was too late, and I was hoping you'd do it for me. I can't do it. He's after me, and if you don't destroy the CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. Gotta go fast. ... Please, Toph. Destroy this Azula Forsaken disc before he comes after you two. It's too late for a meh. Destroy the disc, and you'll destroy him. But do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just destroy it. Please. ... Stalin. Well, that was certainly weird. Even though Stalin is my best friend and I haven't seen him in 20 seconds. Okay, you said 200 million a while back. I didn't do what he asked him. Wait, what? He asked you. Well, you didn't do what he asked him because he asked you. Oh well. I didn't think that a simple gaming disc would do anything bad to him. After all, it's just a game, right? Yeah, it's just a game. Girl, I was wrong about that. Wait a second. Who are you talking to? What if it was a boy reading this? Then what? Did you just assume the audience's gender? Oh god. Tumblr. Anyway, like any is capitalized and way is like the A is capitalized, but everything else is normal, and it's separated. I looked at the disk, and it looks like any ordinary computer CD-R floppy disk, except it had black marker on it written HitLEr.exe, and it was much unlike Stalin or Gaddafi's. Okay, I don't know who that is. I'm gonna assume it's like some past dictator, but I mean, I did not pay attention in history class, so honestly, I apologize if I get this person's name wrong, but it's English. Yeah, English. You pronounce things weird in English. Like, you got beer and bear. handwriting, meaning that he must have gotten it from someone else, like a porn shop or eBay. When I saw HitLEr on the writing of the CD, I was actually aroused and wanted to play it. This guy, God, he's probably gonna like play the thing while like stroking his dick or fapping. I don't know. I'm assuming it's a guy. Since I'm big HitLEr fan, I went up to my room and turned on my book and put the disc in and installed the game. Oh, that sentence. When the title screen popped, I noticed that it was the first HitLEr game. I was like, awesome! Because, like I said earlier, I like the classics, yet I didn't have the first game? What? Because, like I said earlier, I like the classic, yet I didn't have the first game? This story makes no sense! Then again, I am a 12-year-old blind girl! Okay, so I was wrong about assuming this person has a dick, but she could still be masturbating to it. I mean, I'm pretty sure girls can fap too. But wait a sec, she's 12. Oh god. What are we doing nowadays? What has society come to? Then again, I'm a 12-year-old blind girl. How the fuck can I even see all of this? Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Anyway, first thing I noticed that was out of place was when I pressed start. There was a split second when I saw the title image turn into something much different. Something that I now consider totally, capital T, and utterly sexy beyond any form of comprehension. Seriously, imagine the sexiest thing you ever saw. I can guarantee that this was, I don't know my numbers, 10,001 times sexier than that before cutting to turquoise. Why turquoise? I'm gonna imagine it was HitLEr, since your room is probably covered in his poster. Yeah. I remember what the image looked like in that split second before the game cut to turquoise. The sky had darkened, then brightened, then darkened again, but not quite as much as before. The title swastika was calm, so Paulina was calm, and upside down. The Fejel, I don't know what that is. It's spelled Fejel, all caps. I really didn't pay attention during history class. I'm sorry if I mispronounce any of these things again. 1941 was now instead Fejel 69. Oh, instead of 666. Huh. And the water had turned white, like semen, except it looked super ultra mega hyper realistic. Okay, am I even allowed to post this? Because, I mean, they're talking about cum. Oh well, you know what? Again, nobody watches. Nobody's probably gonna watch this, so I don't think they're gonna. Well, it is called HitLEr.exe, so I'm not sure if it's gonna have some problems. But like, I mean, yeah, there's like a lot of sexual depictions. Same thing with this video, but this one's talking about like neo-Nazi. Okay, I am not a neo-Nazi. Okay, that we clear? Good. But the sexiest thing was that in a split-second frame was HitLEr. His eyes were pitch turquoise and bleeding with two gleaming pink dots staring right in me, and his mustache had stretched right up to the edge of his face. I was rather intoxicated about that image when I saw it, but I figured I was just a troll and remembered about it. After it cut to turquoise, it stayed like that for about 10 years or so. You aged 10 years, you're now 22. And then another weird thing happened. The Save File Select from HitLEr, the HitLEr 3 popped up, and I was like, WTF? Zoom! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, 111, exclamation point, 111. What's this doing in the first HitLEr game? Anyway, then I noticed something off. The background was the dark, cloudy sky of the bad North Korea level from Hitler's CD, and there were only 3 save files. The music was that creepy Lavender Town music from Pokemon, of course. Only it was extended and seemed to have been in reverse. Yeah, you always have to have Lavender Town in reverse, right? This creepy pasta has every cliche in the book, so why not? Even the narrator admits it. And the image for the save file when you see a preview of the level you're on is just technical aesthetic for all 3 files. What freaked me out more was the character select. It showed only Joseph. Gobbles? I'm not sure. Herman Fegeline. Fegeline? Again, I don't know how to read this. And, to my surprise, Kim Jong-un! Now I was sure that something was up. I mean, how you can play as Kim Jong-un in a classic Hitler game, for crying out loud! That's when I realized this wasn't just a sexy game, it was the sexiest game alive. Yeah, it definitely looked sexy. It was really creepy. But as a smart retard gamer, I wasn't scared, or at least I tried to be. I told myself that it was just a sexy game and there was nothing wrong with that. Is it? Is the tense changing? This sentence is Serrana. Anyways, shaking off the creeped out feeling, I picked file 1 and chose Gobbles, and when I selected and got started, the game froze for about 500, how do you pronounce this number? 50,000 centuries? No, it's 500,000 centuries. Okay, I don't know my numbers, okay? I'm not even sure how many zeros are in a million. I think there's 6. Yes? Then billion would be 9 or something. Wait. Look, I don't know my numbers. The game froze for about 500,000 centuries, and she's now old. Like, she's this person as a vampire or something. And I heard a creepy pixelated laugh that sounded an awful lot like that Ozai guy from Fire Lord Ozai Adventure 2012, Right Fantasy Extreme featuring Azula, Ty Lee, and Mei, before cutting to every color in the universe at the same time. The screen stayed transparent for about 10 nanoseconds or more. Then, nanoseconds? Seriously? Then it showed the typical level title thing, except the simplistic shapes were 50 Shades of Grey, and the text showed only Heal Act 1. The screen faded in and wait, the shades are like 50. The screen faded in and the title level vanished, revealing Gobbles in the Green Hill Zone from Hitler 1. The music was different though, it sounded like a peaceful melody in reverse. So it's not peaceful anymore. Anyway, I started playing and had Gobbles start running like you would in any of the classic Hitler games. What was odd was that as Gobble was running along the level, there was no ground and a few seals for 5 minutes. Gobble was breaking the law of physics. That was when the peaceful music started to lower down into slow, deep tones very slowly as I kept going. I suddenly saw something and I stopped to see what it was. It was one of the Nazi soldiers lying dead on the ground and bleeding. That was when the music started to slow down. Gobbles had a shocked and sad look on his face that I never saw him have before, so I had him move along. He kept a weird look on his face. Like, you always need to have dead things in a, like, video game pasta. You always need to have, like, some sort of music that's played in reverse and slowed down as, like, things get more spooky. And you also need, like, dead and gore, you know. So I had him move along, and he kept a weird look on his face. As he kept moving, I saw more dead Nazis as Gobo moved past them, looking more and more worried as the music lowers and he moves past more dead Nazis. I was shocked to see how they all died. They looked like somebody killed them in a rather sexy way. Okay? Why would you even assume that? A soldier was hanged on a tree, with what appeared to be his balls hanging out. Double hang. One had all 4 of his limbs torn off and shoved up his anus, and worst of all, one of the soldiers had his clothes taken off and put back on inside out. That's the worst thing. He had his clothes taken out and put back on inside out. That's the worst thing. Seriously. Well, like, there are other people. There's a dead guy hanging from a tree, naked or something. And there's a guy missing his limbs. But no, the worst thing is the guy with his clothes inside out. I felt sick to my stomach when I saw this massacre, and apparently so did Goebbels. After a few more seconds, there were no more Nazis and the music seemed to have stopped. I still kept Goebbels to continue. Let's fuck him. Yeah, you always wanna, though. After a minute passed after the music stopped. Whoa. Goebbels was running up a wall. He's running up a wall. Um, yeah, like, um, wall. Get it? Get it? Okay, I'm gonna stop. Goebbels was running up a wall that wasn't there and looked hyper realistic. You always need to wear hyper realistic in like, creepy pastas. Makes things much spookier. And then he stopped. It wasn't until I saw why. There's a lot of semicolons in this thing. A heck ton of lot. I mean, using them, they do make you look smarter, but I prefer to avoid them because I'm not really sure how to use them. Like, I know you kind of connect like two separate clauses together ish. And kind of like sentences on their own. But yeah, I mean, like at school, there's like especially in like older texts, a lot of people they write like really wordy and they really like connecting their sentences together. So there's like it's one sentence, like it's a paragraph, but it's actually only one sentence because they're all connected by semicolons. So it's like, oh. Anyway, okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, Hitler was there on the other side of the screen with his back against Goebbels with his eyes closed. Goebbels looked happy to see Hitler, but then his smile faltered, obviously noticing that Hitler wasn't responding to him. Hitler-senpai noticed me, if not acting as if he was totally oblivious of the Goebbels' presence. Goebbels walked slowly toward Hitler, and I noticed that I wasn't even moving my pencil to make him move. What? What? I I don't even know. Wait, you were using a pencil? You know what? Video game logic. I mean, it's out of the game, but still. So this had to have been a cutscene, obviously. Thank you, author or narrator. Suddenly, I began to have a growing feel of being back in the hood as Goebbels walked closer to Hitler to get his attention. I felt that Goebbels was in danger, afraid, and something bad was going to happen. I heard faint static growing louder as Goebbels was but inches away from Slender. I mean Hitler, and stopped and stuck his hand out to touch him. That foreboding feeling in my gut was growing stronger, and I felt the urge to tell Goebbels to get away from Hitler as the static grew louder. Okay, so this is like running around 19 minutes ish. So I'm gonna cut it here. Okay, so sorry. So far, my thoughts on this masterpiece. Um, I mean, the author. This is obviously troll, cause I mean, I got it from Troll Pasta. So, but the author knows what they're doing. Like when I'm talking about like basic grammar wise, they included like some like a bunch of cliches such as the slow down music and um the the overusage the overuse of the word hyper realistic and also like those bloody eyes creepy pasta love him but yeah, well, I mean like I can tell that this person is doing this on purpose, which thank God. I mean, it is obvious. It's obvious. But I am enjoying this so far. This has been part 1 of HitLEr.exe. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And have a great day.